Hello guys, welcome back to FIFA Manager 2025. We are back on the 28th of June 2026 and we are now back for a very special transfer special. Yeah, that sounds just about right. So just before you continue, scroll down, hit the subscribe button to get notified every time an episode drops. This series is just blowing up. It's going to be crazy, and once you finish watching, hit that like button to push this series into that YouTube algorithm for us to get that explosion and that expansion. Only you guys can give us that nod. So guys, what we have come back for is a transfer special, and most times of the time I will come back like 4 days away from now, the 1st of June. But I don't want to do that because once I hit progress, there are player contracts that are going to expire. So those are the things that I want to deal with first before we think of signing anyone in this episode. So we have contracts that are expiring. We have Kingsley Williams' contract is expiring on 30th of this month. That is 3 days away from now. Bamidel Venosi, his contract is expiring. Ben Ramsey's contract is expiring. Jack Wehan and Josh Healy, their contracts are expiring too. So practically, if I may say, what I'm planning for the next season is to play with the same 4-4-2 formation. It has brought us a lot of success this season. I mean, this is success in dignified, success written just on your head that this is definitely success. 36 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses, 100 goals scored, 24 goals conceded, goal difference of 76, and 112 points in the Isthmian 1 South Central League. So that one is just success and dignified for us. So the 4-4-2 will stick for the next season. I think this is the proper way to play non-league, so that the other special formations will start trying in the higher leagues, or once we get to the league level. So keeping this 4-4-2 formation in my first 11, there are a few hiccups here and there. Williams is 33 years of age and his performance is just dropping. His progress is just not there anymore. If I come over here and just look at his training, his season, and then I check his form with that of the team average, he's like creating hills and valleys. He doesn't know what he wants. It's just a little bit funny that he still managed to put a goal and 2 assists behind the net for this season, but his average rating, his performance has quite been dropping off the cliff of late. So even when I come and look at his development, his most improved skill was +2, and then he has earned 12 skill points this season. But I think yeah, he's not going to really last that long. So for Kingsley Williams, I would like to move him on. I would like him to move on, to be honest. I mean, I have George Rig, who is also 32 years of age. I have no problem with that, but I want to get one youngster, one young right back who can hold it up for us next season, because with these veterans, they kind of get injured a lot easily. So for now, I'll move Rig into that position. Uy and Nesbitt will maintain their positions. They've been our best centre back pairing, and then Jackson will be okay at left back. In terms of centre backs and in the substitutes, I will still keep Christian Bar around, but I think I do need to look for another substitute centre back. Having only 3 defenders when I'm using like when I'm using 2 centre backs is not good. I think I should be having like 4 centre backs in the squad. And then on the left, Jackson has Aaron Smith as a substitute. They're both young. Aaron Smith is 25, Jackson is 27. So for them, I think the future of this club already holds into that position. So our left back position is quite well sorted. Our captain, Andre Leach, is coming of age. He is 34. He will retire after his contract expires next season. He doesn't plan on continuing his career. He's 34 years of age already. I mean, so but this season he has had a really good season. 5 goals, 10 assists. That is the reason why a captain is really important to the squad, isn't he? 5 goals, 10 assists this season. He has been really good, and he has performed really great at that level. So I will keep him. He will stay with us. I mean, his career is ending after the current season, so we might as well just give him that one last shot. Give him that season to captain us and be with us. And alongside him too, he has the assistance of Alex Wallerton, the 26-year-old. He is the youngster to take that position from him immediately he steps out. And Wallaton too has had not played much games. He has played only 21 games. He has had 1 goal and 2 assists. As you can see from this tab, he was out for a lot. He came in as a substitute for a lot of them. Only started a few because I mean I have my captain there already. So the games I gave him to start, he was happy with them. He had only a few starts and yeah, this season I think he will be getting more and more starts to start integrating into the team, because Leach will also have to start adjusting the squad into considering the fact that we will not have Leach after the end of the next season. On the right, on the that was on the right. On the left though, McConville, also of age, 37 years of age, he has decided he will end his contract after the current season. His contract is up to the end of next season. Two, he will be retiring at the same time as our captain Andre Leash, even though Leash is expiring is retiring a year earlier. But our left midfielder slash left wing has had a really fantastic season for us. He put in 2 goals, 5 assists at the start of all of this, and he didn't play much. If I come to this, he was in the starting 11 for the team he was in before he came to us. But when he came to us in January, he just played a little bit, most some of them in, some of them out, a good portion at the starting 11. Yeah, so that was that for him. His team average too has just been hiccups a little bit here and there, and also because of his age, his injury, he has been a bit injury prone, and a lot of his injuries have been showing themselves at their point. So I think for Sean McConville, we also give him one last laugh or one last dance, and then we see how everything else goes on. For Sean McConville's position, the substitution that is there is Ben Ramsey. Ben Ramsey had a good first season, a very good first season. Even though in that first season he played less games than for us than this one. He's had 3 goals, 5 assists. That is considerate to the fact that after Sean McConville came, they kept on swapping positions. He was in the starting 11 for a few and then substituted out for a few. But I think that one is no hiccup to the fact that this season was his worst compared to that. He played 30 this season, 3 goals, 5 assists, and then last season he played 42, 6 goals, 4 assists. So I think that was a little bit of a drop off, even though not that huge. But Ben Ramsey, he's one of the players whose contract is expiring, and I plan on keeping him because I mean he's only 24 years of age. He's already 42 rated. He is going to be a perfect replacement for McConville. McConville, we expect him to be a bit injury prone as the season continues because of his age, but we'll see. He's temperamental and has weak nerves, so yeah, he even looks like one who has weak nerves and very temperamental. But right for left mid, I think we have that one sorted for the next season. In the midfield, Charlie Wakefield, this guy has been one of our best players. He was our best player practically this season. 7 goals, 19 assists, and also just wonderful. Last season for the club he played for, he put up 6 goals and 6 assists in 36. 7 goals, 19 assists in 42. That is since I changed him into being our playmaker. He has just been perfectly fit for us. Charlie Wakefield is one to keep. And then Jack Stockdale. His contract expires next season too, 30 years of age. He has developed quite well from that defensive mid position coming into the central midfield position, and he has become that first team regular he has wanted to become all along. His average rating has also risen, 8 goals and 11 assists. If we compare that to when I played him as a defensive midfielder last season, he got 3 goals and 8 assists. This season has got 8 goals and 10 assists. It's just that move up the pitch a little bit that has given him that improvement. 2 man of the matches, and last season he got no man of the match at all. So it's that little bit of improvement that we have just given him, that little bit of shove up the pitch that we have given him. So Stockdale, yes, he will stay for another season. I'm not going to change the starting 11 much. I think this is the team that got us promoted. This is the team that will start the season for us, and then we'll make changes on our way as we continue. Now for the substitutes in the central midfield position, now that is where we start looking for, we start considering some new signings. Jack Wehan was our main man a few years ago. I mean, he just went into a certain injury, still out on injury, very injury prone. That is a really huge problem for us. But he has played a couple of games. A lot he has missed because of injury. He has had 4 goals and 4 assists this season. I think it is still worthwhile keeping him, considering he is 30 years old. So for the next season, maybe keep him, and then unless his injury proneness will become a problem, I might plan on moving him along this season, because the injury proneness of this guy Compare this to last season: 10 goals, 10 assists in 41, and 4 goals, 2 assists in the 17 years played. And he has only played 17 because of his injury proneness. Just look at this: injury, very, very injury prone. So that one will give us a little bit of a hiccup and a problem if we want to actually keep him. But I think for Jack Wehan, I might decide to move him on and maybe look for someone new. So for Stockdale and Wakefield, I think the only reliable substitution they have is no one. There's no reliable substitution for them because Bamidil Vinosi's contract is expiring. I am moving him on. I am letting him go. Adam Ho is there for the strikers. Aaron Smith is there for the left back, left mid, Ben Ramsey, Wallaton, but all of those others I'm keeping. So Jack Wehan, Venosi are going. Josh Shelley is leaving. Callan Acton. I've not talked about the goalkeeping position. Govoko at 20 years of age has had a massive growth this season, saying that he wants to be challenged in training, meaning he wants someone better. I think Acton is already of age and just not giving that. Yeah, he's not giving that vibes anymore, not really developing at par, because if I look at his player development tool, this guy is developing quite a lot. And as you see, the estimated development point, he will is estimated to develop out to around a 50 something, but as his best, and he's not expected to go above 60. But if I look at his that, I think he's going to be okay. He's going to be really, really, really good for us. But he needs some challenge first of all during training. So for that reason, therefore, I have decided I'm moving on Callan Acton. I don't even know whether I have done that. I'm moving on Callan Acton, and then I am hiring a new goalkeeper. Yeah, I think that is what I needed. Even considering Callan Acton was not really accepted into the team by his teammates, I think that is really, really needed. So Callan Acton, I don't know whether he is valued at much, not valued at all. So he's moving on. So since of the little introduction I've done to the team, I've not finished. I'm done with the strikers. For Slew, he has had a terrific season again, just the same. So he is going to stay with us for another season. Paul, he is in pole position to be our first player in the club's Hall of Fame. So because last season he had 35 goals in 40 games, 8 assists. This season he has had 28 goals, 11 assists in 41 games played. So he has kind of balanced them off, even though his goals and assists tally last season is better than this season. Last season he had 43 goal assist contribution. This season he has had 39 goal and assist contribution. So he's still worth a keeper. Right. Yeah, right. Tommy Wright has also had a good season for us. 23 goals and 10 assists, 33 goal contributions this season. Last season for the club, he played for 16 goals and 7 assists. So Tommy Wright will stay for the next season. And also Adam Ho, whom we signed to be a substitute for either of them, also this season just came in and 14 goals, 11 assists. That's the whole of the season. He has had 13 goals, 10 assists at club level, 13 goals, 7 assists last season. So Adam Ho is worth a keeper. So that one I have compiled. So one thing we have from that is that for in the contract segment, I am only going to renew Ben Ramsey's contract. We're going to look for a new right back. We're going to look for new central midfielders, two at most, because I am letting go of Ben Ramsey, and I am also letting go of one of our best players from season one. I mean, it's always worth it being a little bit sentimental, but I think for the best of the club, some of them really, really have to go, because I think just from looking at that, Jack Wehan, he has to go. He is very, very injury prone, and he is not going to really, really get that much on us. So we are placed on transfer list for sale, and then we let Jack Wehan attract some people. So those are the changes that I believe we are making. Kingsley William will leave, but Ben Ramsey deserves a new contract. So I'm going to extend Ben Ramsey's contract for the next season, for 2 years. Let's give him 2 years to develop him. Let's give him 3 years to see how he's developing. £20 and everything. What if I remove 10 from this just to save some cash? Yeah, he feels it's fair. And we have offered a new contract to Ben Ramsey because that is our first good player that I believe we might be leaving. In my short list, I have some players to consider. I have Ruben Duncan from Kingstonian. Kingstonian are a team that gave us a lot of trouble. He's 25 years old. And I have John Howard from Bishop Auckland. He's 24 years old and 40 rated. So they two are on pole position for me to consider for my central midfield position, and I want to try to make that offer. First of all, I don't know whether the teams will accept. They're not willing seem to sell the player because they seem to value him a lot. What about John Howard? If I can't buy any of them, so John Howard, only a good salary will be able to convince him to join us. So first of all, I always love to look at the statistics of players and everything of the over the last season before I add them to my short list. So I think John Howard, for him to be in my short list, he has had a really good season for the club he's playing. From central midfield, he has had 4 goals and 5 assists. That is this season, and last season he had 5 goals and 2 assists. So those are quite good numbers. If he can score goals and provide the assists, I love the numbers for that. If I compare that to my team average, he's just around that line. So he's not badly off. I think he can be a good substitute central midfielder or a starting central midfielder if we get that player that he wants. He's currently on £8 basic salary, so coming to us, he will get a massive bump up because I'm only allowed to give the players a minimum of £20 as basic salary. So John Howard is going to be my first player that I offer a contract to. I'm looking at Nick Clayton Phillips, but think I don't need another central midfielder this season. Mark Halstead from Widnes, I added him as a goalkeeping option for the next for if I were to go to, but I think at his age he is not what I need. Yeah, I think I need someone a bit younger. Someone I want to create that Ramsdale Raya situation with this club of mine. I mean, I have two good youngsters that I don't know who to choose from. I have two starting goalkeepers in my squad. That is in our little goalkeeper here, Govoko Luke, and also another good starting goalkeeper who has a lot of potential. So that's the situation I want to keep to get the best out of each other. And definitely at the end of the day, there will be one winner and one loser, and we'll see who that is. So let's go to the transfer market and see the players that we add on to that list, because that is where I always get my players from. If you have ever wondered how I get the players that I add on to the short list, I come to the transfer market, I come to player search. As you can see, it gives me only players of really high levels or anything like that. Then I come onto the search criteria. I decrease the maximum the age to, because I want to sign youngsters for this season, I'm going to make 29 the maximum age. Then I decrease this level to a level I know we are at, so I'm going to decrease this all the way down to 50, and then decrease this one to 40. Let's make it 45, because 40, yeah, because I'm looking for substitutes. 40 to 50, that is the range that I'm looking for players for. Talent, half a star to, let's make it this 1 star. I'm looking for better talents on that. Then I come to this positional part. I declare the position I want, like I want a goalkeeper, and then I just click search. So that's how I always look for players most of the time, because I don't have a general manager to do that for me. I am the general manager, so I look for this. I don't know whether I should hire one for the upcoming season. I think I'll do that once we get to the Vanarama National League South, because I believe that is where we will be playing. That is the 6th tier. That is the tier above us. So currently we are in the 7th tier. I think we'll be in the Northern Premier League or the Eastman Premier South. Eastman Premier, one of the two. So that's where we're going to be. So we have a couple of goalkeepers here. Some that I would add to the team immediately. I mean, I have 20-year-old Travis Zigam from Town. But another thing that I look at before I do this is look at their market value and then look at the type. Because if you try to get the players that are indicated as unavailable, the teams will tell you that they deem the player too valuable and cannot sell them. So I have to reconsider what I do. So as you can see here, 20-year-old Miguel Rodriguez, 41 rated, 1.5 star talent from Bridport, the Portuguese, is indicated at no fee, meaning I can get him for free, and then he is open for contract because the club doesn't deem him to be too valuable. Also, I might decide to spend some cash on a really good player. Look at Mark Chisholm, 2-star rated from Sutton Common Rovers for 1,440. He's not indicated as unavailable, so I will have to pay some cash for him and then get him to get available. So the cheaper we go, the better. Miguel Rodriguez, we just look at his player details first of all. He is 20 years of age. He doesn't have that much development, but maybe I can come and do the comparison and then compare him with Luke Govoko. So this is Luke Stubbs and this is Miguel Rodriguez's Stubbs. So that is how I just look for the players. In terms of if the Luke, I don't know, Luke, yeah, Luke is the blue one. This guy is the green one. Yeah. So Luke is on the other side, this other side. Miguel Rodriguez is on the left. So from something I'm saying, Luke is taller than Miguel. Miguel is better in 15 skills. Luke is better in 9 skills. So Miguel is a really, really good option to give Luke that nod and that push to try and become the best goalkeeper. So for Miguel Rodriguez Bridport, I don't have a veteran goalkeeper in my squad. That I think will be a problem because sometimes you need experience in a goal. But I think the way to do it is to go young and go big. So for Miguel, yes, 50 is better in 15 skills. The skills that Miguel is better are rated by red, and then the skills that Luke is better in are rated by blue. So if I look at the important goalkeeping skills, Miguel is massively way off, massively better than Luke. Luke is better in terms of reflexes, but you can train that on Miguel. Set pieces, I mean, Luke can take the set pieces. We don't care about that. 17, 19, 16 is, but my goalkeeper doesn't take set pieces. And then physical fitness, that is also a good one. Miguel is better in terms of acceleration, agility, strength, and balance. Luke is better in terms of stamina, jumping, and sprint speed. Mentals also, Luke is just better in positioning, offensive and positioning defensively, and Miguel is better in all the others. So if we compare it that way, I believe Miguel is a really, really good improvement to Luke Govoko. He has played only 8 matches, 720 minutes last season, an average rating of 6.63. I think he was just not given the time. So Miguel Rodriguez is going to be our first player into the short list in terms of goalkeeper. I add them to the short list first and then I look at signing them. If I wanted to spend some cash, Mark Chisolom here will also not be a bad option. I mean, he is 22 years of age, or already a 45 rated goalkeeper. I have the money to spend. I think it's time I just got a little bit of cash outside my pocket. And then his details are his acceptance into the squad. His was not fully accepted into his former squad. So he played 47 games though. He got an assist. Wow, a goalkeeper who got an assist. Are we looking at the next Ederson or what? And on comparison to Luke, yeah, this this is getting kind of interesting. Mark is better in 17 skills. Luke is better in 7 skills. Mark's consistency is better, and also if you just look at the polygon here, you can just see that Mark is a massive upgrade on Luke, massive upgrade on Luke. On one-on-ones, Luke is really, really good, and on kicking the ball, Luke is really, really good. But we can train that on Mark, and then also in the physical fitnesses, Luke is better in terms of stamina and okay. So there are positives and negatives, but Mark is also one option to go for. So we'll see. We might go for Mark, we might go for Miguel. It's not always about going for the best of the best, but it's just about to see if you can get a really good player from the options that you are given. So from the goalkeeper's position perspective, I think those two options are really good for me to go for, unless I want to add Dan Wallis from Stamford. 40 rated, doesn't look too great, doesn't look too bad. He's on 30 and everything. Yeah, I mean, it's not that great. So yeah, for the goalkeeping, that is how I do it. So I'm going to do the addition of all the other positions I need, and then we come back and start sending those offers to those ones whom have judged us and the ones whom we want to please and get. So while that happens too, we'll also continue to see the contracts expire and also to see the players leave the club and the ones who will accept to join us. We'll see. That's how we have planned out this transfer special. Okay, the promotion part is done, and now we have a visual representation of where we currently are going to be in the league. So we were in this tier, that was the eighth tier down, this tier down here, and that is where we used to play. And that is how this is the position. I think, yeah, this is the eighth tier. We were in the Isthmian 1 South Central. Now we have climbed into the seventh division, which is the Isthmian Premier, Southern Premier South, Southern Premier Central, and the Northern Premier. So we are in the Southern Premier South due to our location, and in that league we have the likes of Totten, Ashford Town. Ashford Town were promoted. Oh, they were the other team promoted last season. Beaconsfield Town, Bognor Regis, Gloucester, Sholing, Swindon. All of these are the teams that are here. We have 4 relegation spots, and now from there is when we will go to the National League North and South, and then the Vanarama National League, and then the Football League as it rises. So that's just the definition of how things are. So that is our logo for the next season. That is the Southern League. That is the promotion, the league that we have been promoted into. And we have confirmed our first signing of the season in John Howard. So we are going to agree for resigning and then present him using the website. And then a new sponsor contract. Your main sponsor is very pleased after your promotion increases the yearly payments to 11,800. So it is time for us to go and negotiate that a little bit with the sponsors and see. I think they're sponsoring us for 8 seasons. Bimbo. Yeah, they have increased the sponsor. The main sponsor 10,000, naming rights 22,000, platinum sponsors 11,000. I get a total of 132,000 per year from the sponsors. So it's not much, but it's good enough for us to take care of all of this. So Bimbo are still going to be on sponsors for this season. Hell are still going to have the naming rights for the stadium for the next 3 years. The sponsor pyramid, we only have the classic football shirts in a platinum, and then Kia and Zigo in the silver sponsors. And then the adboards, Sony are offering to take 3 adboards for 18,300. I mean, we can talk. I can add for you more adboards, but you'll have to add some cash. They've added 4 adboards. Now I need them to add money. Okay, they've beaten me to my they've beaten me into my own game. So the adboards are Rolls Royce, Intel, and Sony. No more sponsors for that. So that, yeah, that is that. I also forgot that some of my staff decided to retire and go away. Like, I don't have a construction manager now. I don't have a lawyer again. I don't have one scout. I had 3. I currently have only 2. And then I don't have an assistant manager again. They always go to look for better jobs. So it's time I looked now for a way to hire those. Let me just hire those ones quickly. We'll start with the assistant manager and then see how we hire up the rest. Okay, done for the offers made to the staff that I definitely need now. I don't know whether I need a general manager for the next season. That has been at loggerheads for me. I don't know whether do need a general manager for next season, who can handle all the sponsor negotiations and a lot of this transfer stuff. But I think, like, for the next season, let me just do it myself. Once I enter the Vanarama National North and South, I get a general manager, and then once I enter the Vanarama National League now, I look for a director of football. Or once we get to League 2, we are going to compare that. But for the once we climb to the leagues above us in the Panama National South, I can get myself a general manager. Okay, now after that one, I have done a lot of scouting. I've done a lot of added a lot of players. For the goalkeeping position, we had Miguel Rodriguez from Bridport, and we have Mark Chisholm from Sutton Common Rovers. Just a reminder, Mark Chisholm, we are going to have to pay to get him. Miguel Rodriguez, we can get him for free and just have to pay the salary. So first of all, I have to come to my financials tab and look at the cash that I have. 288,000 from the sponsor. So the sponsor money has already arrived. It's always definitely going to start going down because of everything. I'm yet to take a loan. I don't know, I'm running this club without a loan, to be fair, but I think once we get to the higher leagues, because of the salaries and everything, loans are going to be just a must. I spent currently the expenses so far this year in terms of maintenance or infrastructure have been 17,000. So there is a lot of profit in terms of the way you look at that. But I think when the time comes, we will have to take a lot of loans and to be able to run the club. So I may get Miguel Rodriguez for free, or buy Mark Chisholm for some cash. So as you can see, the ratings are higher, and the ratings of Mark Chisom is higher, and his stars rating is a bit higher already, and he will be a great starting goalkeeper for us for the next season. So I'm willing to take that risk. I'm willing to spend my first big bucks. I know we are not going to get the cash immediately. They are asking for, they're saying 2,000. I'm not spending more than 3,000, to be honest. How much do they want? 3,800. Okay, I said I'm not spending less more than 3,000. Let's make that 3,000, and then per league appearance for the first 10 matches, we are going to give them, that is practically 3,800 instead of the 5,000 they were asking for. That's what that's the idea I am having. What about if I tell them that after promotion, let me remove this and then tell them after promotion, because that I believe is when I'll have the money. I will give the team, I can give them a maximum of 1,800. I'll give them 1,000 pounds if I get promoted. For 3,000, I can get the player, give them 1,000 if I get promoted. And then, per league appearance for the first 10 matches, I give them something like, just wanted to enter acceptable, yeah, 50 pounds. So it's 3,500 the total package for this season. Then after promotion, we give them 1,000 for me to get Mark Jason. Make the offer. I've accepted the bid. Beautiful. Beautiful. So let's see. Let us wait. Miguel Rodriguez also is another good option, but I think I'll just want that perfect goalkeeper for now. Miguel Rodriguez, he will stay in my uh, shortlist, but we'll see after that one how we are going to deal with that. Okay, for right back, I wanted one right back. I got two in George Nugget and Jadon Baba. Jadon Baba, I'll have to spend cash on him. George Nugget, I got him mainly because of his statistics last season. I mean, the last season he just played well. He had 2 goals, 3 assists in that one, and he was just okay. He just looks like a cute little boy who can be disturbed a little bit. So Jadon Baba, but Jadon Baba is another one, a really good player, very good player, poor at set pieces but very good all rounded. But I will have to spend for me to get him, as you have already just seen from there. So for me to buy Jadon Baba, I will have to spend, and he will definitely go into becoming my starting right back. F it, I'm the owner of the club, I have the cash, 3,700. Wow, let's try this. After promotion, if I max it out, it's not nowhere close. Shelves of next sale 20%, just bumps it up a little bit. Buyback clause. Okay, so they can use a buyback clause to lessen this. So let me give them that buyback clause. Lower this to 3,500. I'm going to spend around 6,000 on these two players, but it's going to be worth it if we can keep ourselves in this league next season, because we've already been declared that we can actually get relegated if I'm not careful. So up to there, we still have two bases of negotiation. I've maxed out the buyback clause. I'll get back the money well enough. And then direct loaning out. No, I don't want to loan him back. And then goal bonus. After 10 goals, I can give you guys. They are not batting. They know that he's a defender. They will not score many goals. So let me remove that, and then after promotion, let me now use the after promotion one. 1,000 pounds. Let's make it 1,500. They should agree. Not yet. Let's make that 1,000. Let me make that 2,000, and then I look for something else to place in place of that. For the first 10 matches per league appearance, you're going to get 20 pounds. So that's what, yeah, as sweet as an offer can be. As sweet as I can make an offer. I have now buying two right backs and two, but now for that reason, therefore, I am not buying a central midfielder. I have Aaron Austin, who I think is like quite good. Had a good season last season. 4 goals, 4 assists. The other one he had only 1 assist. And then I have Max Williams, who in terms of statistics also did put up a good number. 4 goals, 4 assists last season, 2 goals, 6 assists the previous season. So in terms of his dribbling and finishing, it's quite poor and everything. But I think for him, I think I would rather get him than Aaron Austin. Or is Aaron Austin the better one? Aaron Austin has no reds in his statistics. He's a playmaker. I do definitely need a playmaker. While Max Williams is also a playmaker. He's adaptable according to his statistics, but he has 10 finishing. A playmaker with 10 finishing. That is really questionable. But I think I'm going to go for Aaron Austin. Yeah, he just looks like for me to me the all rounder, 22 years of age too, and I think he might be a really good substitution for the bench. So we're going to offer to buy. His good salary may convince him though. So buying him for getting him for free, and then we can see how else things go. So those are the players I have in mind to get, and once we buy those players, the transfer special is over. The players that were leaving have left, so we have this category that is still left. Callan Acton is yet to leave because he's yet to get to be pleased by any of the offers that I think have been made, or yet to get any offer from any club. But John Howard is now in the team and is definitely ready to be promoted into the bench segment. So definitely the bench has 7 players currently. It has only 5. That one we will work with once we get the other players. So let us simulate and see whether the other players want to talk to us. Now it is time for contract negotiations. Jayden Barber is the first to come forward. An agreement reached with the club for 3,500 to get him. Now let us negotiate and see what dude wants. He feels like the offer we're giving him of £26. Can I reduce that to 20? Feels it's unacceptable. Let us remove £10 from there, and then 20 and 10. I think that one is definitely your my most important player. It says, yeah, that's just that. 3-year contract. Basic salary is too low. £30 for that 20, and then I give him 20 per appearance, and then we see we have appearance money 20, divisional status 20, salary cut if relegated 20%. So I think that one is okay. That's a good offer for 3 years. Jayden Barber for 3,500. We have him. Mark Chisholm is the next one. The 2 players that I have bought. Mark Chisholm is asking for £52. Let's give him 20. 52 is a lot. £20. You are guaranteed first 11 player Mark, the goalkeeper, definitely. And then this for 3 years. Then I can add an appearance fee of £10 and give you a contract for 4 years. Yes, good. 4 years it is. We have Mark locked down in the squad. Aaron Austin, what do you want? Aaron Austin wants £20 appearance, £20 that one. Let's reduce that to there. Give Aaron as a central midfielder 3 years, and then yeah, let's give him that. Let's give Aaron Austin that offer. So those are the 3 players that I went for. If they accept to sign for us, then I think the transfer special is over. First training of the season. Let's talk to these guys. We won't get relegated. I can't assure them promotion this season. Anyone who isn't fit, doesn't play, will maintain that one, and then I will stay at the club no matter what happens. Those are the ones we have been using all of this season. I don't want to make crazy offers or crazy statements while we are not there yet. So let us just improve that and see, do we have our 3 new signings? Yes, they are going to be accepted, some of them. Aaron Austin is the first one, the central midfielder. He has accepted to join the club. Mark Chisholm has accepted for £3,000, and he has taken the shirt number 24. We are going to allow that one. And then players are happy with the signing of Mark Chisholm, and everything else just looks great. I'm now waiting on only 2. Is it 2 players or 1 player? I think I'm waiting on only 1 player now in Jayden Barber. If we get Jayden Barber, then yeah, we are done. We are done with the signings for now, and then we are just going to see how we are progressing further and further into the season. It's also time I arranged some friendlies on the calendar. also some of these days I need to do a lot of these things before the season starts, and I have to distribute them well across the month of July, because the season I believe starts on the first day of August. Yes, it does, and we have games on every Saturday from there on till the end of the season. So I'll have to do these things as early as possible as I can. And just before I forget, on December 25th, or should it be on December 24th? I should remember to organize a Christmas party for these players, because if I don't do that, I am going to get problems with my players. So the Christmas party will be arranged for that one. I have failed to do it a lot of times, but at the same time, I'm going to just distribute a lot of tasks across these dates as we wait for the arrival of Max. Is it Max, or is it, who are we waiting for? I believe we are waiting for Jaden Baba. Let us see if he will arrive. And we are happy to announce that Jaden Baba has joined the club, and that is that, to be honest, the cash that I've spent on these players, I think it just amounts to the total prize money I got last season. I got 5,500 in terms of prize money, and I've spent 6,500 on them, so only 1,000 has come out from my bank balance. So it's not that much of a loss, but now the problem is, yeah, my financial status has taken a huge dip, a huge, very, very huge dip. I don't know what the expense was at this point. I mean, let's just look at the expenses. What did we spend the cash on? Welcome to the accounting journal. I mean, we have spent 240,000 on a new building. Which building is that is being constructed? I mean, these buildings are really, really, really eating up my cash. The scouting office. Ugh. Club center is level 2. The scouting office is now being constructed, and that one has taken 200 and something thousand of us. So unfortunately for the players, we are not going to have a pre-season training camp. Yeah, the club doesn't have cash, but now, as you can see, there's a lot of improvement in the squad. Let us just add some players into the squad and see how the squad should look after the addition of all these players. Okay, for the first 11, only 2 players slot so far as I'm concerned. That is Chisom, the goalkeeper, and Baba at right back. So with those 2 players that have slotted in, the other 2 signings are in Aaron Austin and John Howard. They are out in terms, according to this, they are out, not even on the bench, but we'll be slotting them in. We have pre-season friendlies to do. Just a reminder that I have already done some calendar arrangements. I have organized a fan clubs day on I think tomorrow. Then I have a tournament in which I'm playing 3 games in a row against these 3 clubs, so it gives us a lot to shift the players here and there. Then we have an open day. Then I've arranged a 6-day training camp just within the region, a domestic camp, because we don't have the cash. We have a players party immediately after to go to the restaurant immediately of the training camp, and then we have a sponsors day after that. I would love to organize a friendly right here just to keep the players on toes, and then we see how things are going to be yeah, once we are there. So some of the players another team that I would like to ask to come, I think, is Long Eastern United, and we are going to go to Fan 88 Stadium, an away day for once. Yeah, so those are the friendlies that we're going to have before the season starts, and I think everything else is just going to be okay. So guys, practically the transfer special is done. We are done with everything. We are just going to do the friendlies and then come back next time out to start the season. We have had a lot of progress. I mean, I have turned this team into something huge. We are currently at a team rating of 478. I don't know where that is going to place us before the season starts, but definitely we will be back before then to see where that places us as a team before the season begins. But I think we are far off, we are better off, and I think we can avoid relegation in the next season, playing in this 22 league season against all of these other players. So it's still 42 games like the other one, and we are definitely going to try our best to be in these top spots. This is not the league that we are currently in. I believe now we are in the Southern Premier South. Yeah, 22 league, we are going to be here. These are the teams we're going to play against, and definitely we are going to do our best to avoid being in this region, but we are going to try our best to also be maybe in the playoffs if there is a team that is better than us for the first season. I mean, if we get back-to-back promotions, I won't also disagree. We are a team as good as that, so that's what we want. We want to rise through the ranks and just get this team to be the best it can. So thanks so much, guys, for watching this episode. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have seen the best of transfers from me and the best way to get players, I think you just learn a little bit from your master right here, right? Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Hope to see you in the next episode where we will begin beginning season number 3. And if you have enjoyed, hit that like button, and if you want to see more, subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified every time an episode drops.